Imagine the fun you could have in this. This is a 2023 Corvette Stingray. Folks, welcome to Clarington Kia, where we are really excited to show off this incredible used car find that we just took in on trade. As I mentioned, 2023 Corvette Stingray, one owner vehicle, no accident history, and the color is called Rapid Blue. And I'll tell you, it can be very rapid. Now, the point of this video is so if you are shopping from home, which boy, oh boy, would I be jealous to be shopping for a beautiful car like this, you are gonna see the exterior and interior condition, as well as some of the great features on this Vette. Now, I'm no Corvette expert by any means, so I've done my research to get kind of a brief idea of what we're looking at here. But the whole point of this is to see the condition of it so you can ignore all the rest of those Vettes out there and just come buy this one, because this thing is stellar. This is a one owner vehicle with no accident history, has 14,415 kilometers, and even has some service history to go along with it. I mean, look at this beautiful car. All right, so let's start off with what is underneath the hood. And it's not the hood in the front, it's the hood in the back, because the Vettes now are a mid-engine sports car. I love this. I think the balance of this car is fantastic. I have done the Ron Fellows driving experience where you were able to get behind the wheel of one of these on a track, and oh, let me tell you, that's lots of fun. So it's a 6.2 liter V8 engine connected to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. And if you are familiar with Vettes, you're gonna notice right off the hop that this does have the performance exhaust. So with that performance exhaust, you're looking at 495 horsepower. Oh man, absolutely just a mean looking machine. Now, let's start our round at the front again, because we're just gonna go and take a spin of this vehicle on the exterior and then the interior, so that way you know the condition. Now, this does have the R appearance package as well. All right, and we're gonna start off with right up front. Let's look at this lower bumper. I'm always just looking underneath too, and it's super nice and clean. The front bumper is stone chip free. Look at these beautiful LED headlights. These are the daytime running lights right now. The LED bulbs you can see are right there as well. All right, looking at the hood, we have the Corvette Racing logo, and then look at this. It's almost like the Punisher logo on the hood. And I'm sure that was by design, because this thing would punish a lot of cars. Taking a step back just to give you kind of what we're looking at here, we have that beautiful piano black trim down at the bottom and the functional vents in the front of the bumper, okay? Coming around to the side, 19-inch alloy wheels in the front, Stingray logo right dead center, and then we do have the black brake caliper covers as well. We have that Stingray R badge down the driver's side, and then never forget, again, the functional scoops on the side of the door. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, you would have noticed, obviously, we're missing a top. Love this Targa feature. All right, I've got the top just sitting over there, which I'll show you in a minute. And if I have to pause the video and run to cover this up, we're facing a little bit of gray skies today, but I love that because it helps me show off the beauty of the contrast here. 20-inch wheels in the back. So it is a staggered wheel, 19s to 20s. Again, these wheels are in great shape. I'm looking for curb rash. I'm looking for anything on here to show you that this has even 14,000 kilometers on it, but it's super nice. Look at this beautiful rear spoiler. I'm not a big fan of spoilers, but sometimes the car just suits it and sometimes it needs it. All right, we've got these great looking taillights on the back. Again, the functional vents, the performance exhaust with the dual tips on both sides, and that piano black trim on that rear valance back there. Blacked out Corvette logo, of course. Really, I mean, I don't know. This car just has a mean presence, and the Rapid Blue really does a great job at showing off this vehicle. Checking the passenger side, again, I am looking for dings, dents, scratches. I'm checking out the condition of these alloy wheels for you so you don't have to stress and go, oh boy, is there curb rash or anything? And it's just, I don't like using the word perfect, but It's as close to perfect as you can get. All right, same thing on this front bumper here, looking underneath. Look at how nice and clean that is. All right. Now, for those folks who maybe are not interested in this but want to see a couple of cool things, let's start off with, well, let's start with here. Look, here's our thing to open up the door. It's right underneath. I love that. And then little sneak peek of the interior. All right, look at that. But before we get to that, let's look underneath the hood here, because we now have a frunk. So you've got some pretty good storage down in here. All right. Lots of room. Put maybe a little overnight bag or a carry-on down in there. That's no problem. Okay. And then we're going to go look at the back. Let's look at the machinery underneath this beautiful back piece of glass. Love the Stingray logo on the back here. Isn't that cool? Check this out. Oh, come on. That's gorgeous. Isn't that amazing? All right. Love the struts on the back. Super rigid. Obviously, you need that in a vehicle. Oh, yeah. Some storage back here, too. I should mention that. Obviously, you need that in a vehicle like this. As I mentioned, having been so lucky to have been able to put this car on a track and been, take it through its paces as much as I possibly could, I can tell you, I mean, this thing will rock your mind. It's so much fun. Now, looking at the interior, let's look at these gorgeous seats. Corvette logo, massively bolstered seats. Obviously, they got to hug you to keep you in position. Power driver's seat, power passenger seat. We have the Corvette 70th logo right here. Bose stereo system as well. And then look at this glass that gives you another wicked look at the back of that engine. Passenger seat, same amazing condition. Non-smoker vehicle. There's no rips, tears, stains. There's not a mark on the inside of this. All right, we have the Stingray door sill plate down here. And now let's hop in. Oh, all right. So now that we're here, I mean, have a look at this. I don't even, is it a square steering wheel? I don't know. There's a term for this, I'm sure. But this steering wheel is fantastic. I'm just going to move it up. Power adjustable, power tilt and telescopic wheel. So what I love about this is these corners right here. This to me is where it's at as far as being able to grip and handle and kind of, I don't like the term rip around in this, but I mean, let's face it, it's a Vette. That's probably what you're going to do every now and then. Ripping around in this with this steering wheel here, it kind of gives you multiple points for really, really firm grip on the wheel. Plus, it just looks cool. Obviously, 8-speed dual clutch transmission means you can paddle shift through the gears, and it downshifts, rev matches, sorry, as it downshifts as well. So you get that very manual-like feel, but obviously the crisp, clean, almost instant shifts that you get with the DCT or dual clutch transmission. Cruise controls, radio controls, all that stuff is on the wheel. Who cares? We're not talking about that today. Looking at our completely digital gauges, 14,415 kilometers. A lot of this can be customized to your liking. For example, I changed the bottom left to be the G-force. So, if you're taking corners, you're going to feel that G's. It's going to show you as well. It's kind of cool. I like that little idea of that gauge there. Looking over here as our cockpit view, and this is 100% cockpit. This is all designed and leaned towards the driver. All right, Starbucks goes here. If not, you close it up. We have our touchscreen system here. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius satellite radio. It's all there, all right, when we hit the home button. All right, one more time. So you can see it there, Wi-Fi hotspot. It does have user settings, so you can, or user profiles, I should say, so you can set up your profile to whatever you like, which I think is nice and convenient. And it does have the onboard navigation, but you're probably just gonna use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, okay? Yeah, never ask again, we know. Anyway, our gear selector here, very cool. All right, you can see the M for manual mode. That's how I suggest you drive this, unless you're just looking for a nice cruise for that day. And then under here is our modes. And this is something that you definitely don't want to forget you have. So just by twisting the dial, I'll show you up here. All right, so we go sport. As soon as you go to sport, it shows you what the settings are, but you can hear that exhaust change. It opens up, I believe, a manifold and just makes it that much louder. And then we have track mode, which again, changes everything to kind of warn you. It's even warning you like, hey, we're going into some serious modes here, right? And then back out to tour, and then my mode. My mode you can completely customize to have it as what you'd like. All right, now we're just starting to get some range up, so I'm gonna pause, put the roof on, and then we'll show you what this looks like with the roof on. Just 1 second. Okay, so if you were wondering how long that took, that was about maybe a minute and a half tops, and that's like the third time I've ever done this. Very easy to do. I'll show you when we go back inside the car. But now you can see we've completely changed the look of this Stingray, now being a coupe without that kind of targa top taken out, and the lines are just as slick and just as clean. Now we'll just take a look at the top so you can see it's in great shape. Okay, there's no scratches, nothing here to indicate that this has ever been put on maybe incorrectly, because there's a bit of a technique, so to speak, but super, super clean. So let's hop back in, kind of show you what I'm talking about. All right, so inside, super easy. Look, one handle here, this way, one this way, and then a little handle here as well. Has a safety lock here, so you can't just accidentally flip it open. And then once you do that, once to put it back in, there's one little pin here and one on the other side, and you put the pins in first and then the front down, and then just lock it all back in place. Super, super easy to do all of that. Like I say, took me about maybe a minute and a half, okay? So inside now, I just turned on the climate control. Whoa, hold on, let's turn down the fan speed. Easy, I know it's warm. So all of our climate control settings are right here. And this is probably the only thing that arguably is kind of awkward, or I don't know, call it what you will, but they really wanted to simplify this design. So they made use of this space here. I don't mind it. It's just not traditional, but that's okay. It is only the climate control that's here. It's nothing other than that. There's no real functional buttons for any kind of performance or anything else. So I'm okay with just the climate control being here. That's fine, kind of tucks it out of the way. Passenger side, just to give you kind of an idea of what it would look like here, hanging out. All right. Bose stereo system as well. I almost always forget to talk about the stereo. Bose stereo system in this too. Let's flip on the headlights. I want to show you that, and then as a special little treat, we're going to rev this up in track mode just so you can hear the sound of this bad boy. If that doesn't seal the deal for you, maybe the Corvette's not for you, but this thing's fantastic. So let's go take a look at the headlight design out front. And by the way, fun thing, here is the door handle, the door popper right there. All right. So out front, again, just want to show you these mean headlights. Beautiful, right? All right, I'm going to drop the mic behind the exhaust. Let's have a listen, and then we'll call it a day, so that way you can come here and pick up your 2023 Corvette Stingray. All right, stand by for just pure entertainment. Oh man. All right, folks, come down here, pick up this Corvette. This is absolutely stellar. We can't wait to see you at Clarington Kia. Thanks so much for watching. And honestly, congratulations to whoever picks up this so wicked 23 Corvette Stingray from us here at Clarington Kia. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, guys. Have fun.